Hi, welcome. On this video, I want to take a few minutes to talk about the issue of stripping everything away. Why it is that I don't pivot off certain devices such as remote collars, pinch collars, because ultimately it really does come down to the person changing, investing in the type of interactions that are going to set up change coming in and through the person, which translates um, to the dog. And so here, back many years ago, I actually started out as a what you would consider a crank and yank type of handler. This is back in 1993 when I was a police canine officer. I did pivot off certain devices that way. I use I use a pinch collar, use a choke chain, but as time went on, I started to really start asking questions as to what's it all about? Is there something more here? Is it seeing certain problems with devices, almost like dogs are become aware of that device for certain people, that the dog's better when the device is on them, such as say a pinch collar or a remote collar, getting to the point where you almost have to leave that device on 24/7. When you take it off, it seems like the dog has back a certain level of control, or you're dealing with behavior issues again. Really getting to the point of asking those questions as to how does change set up? What's really going on here beyond just using certain devices? And again, it's really understanding that it's about the person investing at a high level, taking it right down to the relational level where it's just between the person and the dog, and so that nothing is getting in the way of that. And that change, the dog identifies the person truly as the agent of change, making sure the person is investing, is connecting at a very high level. So when you look at this issue of devices, just understand that there's a lot of trainers out there that you'll use devices, and it almost becomes lazy. Really, I mean, how I see things at certain points, like they'll use remote collars, pinch collars, but they're sending people home with these dogs, but the dogs always have these collars on because it seems like they can never get beyond those. It becomes a crutch. And beyond that, just developing as a trainer, developing a high level of relational insight to really move beyond these devices and go beyond appearances, go deeper. It requires actually stripping everything away. You're not going to gain insight that way. I mean, of course, you're going to start off just like myself somewhere using some devices, but again, it's wanting to know the truth. What is it really about? So I just would encourage you, if you're using devices, say if you're a trainer, you really look at that closely to ask some tough questions as to what is it really about. If you're a dog owner, you're using certain devices that way, such as even a pinch collar. Yes, things might look great on your walk, but are you truly? Does the dog truly see you in right relationship within the framework, or within the role itself through leadership, or does it seem like things go great when that device is on, such as a remote collar, but again, I feel like you need that on the dog all the time? Well, clearly, there can be a problem, there can be a disconnect. It's not about right relationship. Things are not aligned properly. You're not invested at the level needed. So, anyway, I encourage you to really step back and look at this.